Okay, welcome everyone to our session number 6 of Marketing Cloud onto the next frontier. I hope, I don't know if any of you went to Dreamforce. If you want to put in the chat if you've been to Dreamforce. Um, I don't know if any of you that are attendees, if I see you or not. I see Julie, so I remember I saw Julie in there. Um, so it was a great week. I hope everyone is back, feeling good, feeling rested. I'm not there yet. I'm still tired, but um, that is okay. And today we have a great session with David Mendoza, and we're gonna talk about. If you're gonna go to the next slide, we're gonna talk about continue with our foundations section of a series. We talked about data cloud. We talked about flow. We started even with the strategy concepts every marketer should know with Julie. And today we're gonna tackle Agentforce, and we're gonna talk about how Agentforce empowers the next generation of marketers. Okay. So for that, we have David here, who is a very experienced solutions architect in Devs United, has worked, is helping clients all over the world with their marketing needs. So I'm very excited to have him here. So before we get started, I have a couple of FAQs. So this session will be recorded. There is a YouTube channel, Next Frontier Marketer, that has a playlist with all these sessions. I've been asked many times about these slides. So I have a SlideShare account that you can go into, and all the slides that we from past sessions and these sessions is uploaded in this SlideShare link. Um, if you attended this session, you're gonna receive an email also with all this information. Feel free to post any questions that you may have in the chat window throughout the presentation. I'm gonna do my best to answer some of them to the best of my knowledge, and then we're gonna leave some time at the end to go over questions as well. If you wanna connect with other trailblazers, you can use the howtosfmc.com site to connect with the How to SFMC community. And then there is a couple more sessions coming up. So if you wanna go to the next slide. There you go. So we have 3 more sessions for now that are coming. Next week, we're gonna have Sydney Lesko from the Salesforce team, product marketing team, and she's gonna give us an overview of all the features related to for marketers that were announced during Dreamforce. So I highly recommend that you register for that one. Again, if you go to the Cleveland Marketer Community Groups page, you'll see all the upcoming sessions that are coming, but you're also gonna get an email with a link to this. Um, yeah, if you go back one slide, and I'm gonna put it on the chat as well, Gianmarco. But in that last link there, bit.ly Cleveland Marketer, that should take you to the Cleveland Marketers group, and you'll be able to register for all the sessions. I'm gonna put it in the chat as well. And then if you go to the next real quick, we have a couple more sessions after that one. We're gonna Amanda Turner, who is an SFMC engagement expert, and Erin Duncan, who is an SFMC account engagement expert. They want to talk about a really cool session, I think, is how do you translate your current marketing cloud experience to the new Agentforce marketing. So I think that's going to a session that you don't want to miss because, again, just as David, they have a lot of experience working with customers, so they can tell you from their experience what they see working or not. And session 9, we're going to end up with an AMA panel just to wrap up this first iteration of a series. You can come with questions. I'm going to try to send a form so you all can send your questions and we can try to tackle some of them. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to David, who's going to walk us through this great content around Agentforce. So David, welcome and go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Pato. Thanks for having me. I'm very happy to be here with you guys. I hope this session is very useful to you and you can get a better idea of what can you do with Agentforce. A little bit about me. My name is David Mendoza. I'm a solutions architect, as Pato mentioned, from Devs United. I have some uh, certifications for Salesforce. I have more than 5 years experience working with Marketing Cloud as a solutions architect. With a background in digital marketing, I have made some SEO, some web marketing. Fun fact: based in Colombia. I work from here for different clients in different countries. The magic of the world we live in today. Also, I'm a new dad. I have a daughter of almost 11 years, 11 months old. I'm sorry. Um, and yeah, that's about it about me. So, let's see what we're going to do to see today. First, we want to make a brief recap um, about preparing for what's next with Marketing Cloud. We're going to see some of the things that we have been talking about in the past sessions. Then we're going to dive in what is Agentforce, how does it work, and then specifically Agentforce for marketing. We're going to see some features of the of the platform and use cases, and we're going to finish up by watching the next steps that you can take to become an agentic marketer. And finally, we're gonna have some Q&A. So let's hope to have enough time to cover it all. And let's dive in. Let's start with the recap. What have we seen so far in the sessions we've been having about Marketing Cloud Next? We have this cool picture. I'm sure many of you have seen this picture. That basically says that Marketing Cloud Next, the new version of Marketing Cloud Encore, some other people call it, or Marketing Cloud Growth or Advanced. It had several names. The naming thing is a bit confusing at times. Um, but yeah, it's built on the core platform, the same platform in which we have Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Commerce Cloud, and some other Salesforce clouds. And the promise of this new tool, compared to previous versions of Marketing Cloud and other competitor tools, is that it is one platform because it is in the core platform, one workflow, meaning that you can combine efforts in the different clouds, in the different modules of this platform. One data set that would be Data Cloud, and an agentic layer that it sits on top of all that. So in the first three sessions of the series, we introduced the vision of this unified platform. We have some uh, give ourselves a better idea of what Marketing Cloud Next is and isn't. Um, and we had Gilda, Amanda, Jenna, Pato, Julie, and Greg talking about that. You can check those sessions in the YouTube channel. Next Frontier Marketer. Then we had the session four when we talk about uh, one workflow, specifically about flow that connects not only Marketing Cloud, but also Marketing Cloud with the other clouds, um, addressing this part of one workflow. We had Jacob and Banu talking about that. Very good session. And last session we had before Dreamforce, we had the part of one data set that is Data Cloud, and we had Mike talking about that. So I encourage you, if you haven't seen the sessions, to go to the channel and watch them. They're very good. And they serve as a base for everything we're going to be seeing today, which is that final part of the premise of the agentic layer. With that said, let's see what is Agentforce. Every company has more jobs to be done than resources available to do those jobs. Agentforce helps us to build and customize autonomous AI agents to help us do those jobs. It's basically a digital force of workers ready to help in every area of a business. As you can see in the picture, it is not limited to marketing. You see Agentforce on the top of the image, and you see success industries, commerce, Slack, sales, service, field, marketing, Tableau, revenue, everything. So agents are here to change the way every area of the company of a company works. That's why if you went to Dreamforce or watched any of the conferences, you probably heard the term the agentic enterprise. And this is what it means. Agents, AI agents, working in every area of, of an enterprise of a company. And of course, this is so powerful, so revolutionary that the layer in the middle of the image that currently says Customer 360 um, is now Agentforce 360. Um, so and the part of marketing, it's now called Agentforce Marketing. So if you have heard of Marketing Cloud Next, Agentforce Marketing is it's a new name that it has. So if you listen Agentforce Marketing, they're talking about Marketing Cloud Next or Marketing Cloud Growth or Advanced, the different tiers. So it might be a bit confusing, all these naming changes, but just a heads up, if you see Agentforce Marketing, they're talking about the platform that we have been talking about during the last weeks. Um, and as you can see also in the image, Agentforce sits on top of Customer 360, and Customer 360 sits on top of Data Cloud or Data 360, as they call it now. Um, it is the basis of everything. So uh, artificial intelligence, you have heard garbage in, garbage out. If you don't give good data to artificial intelligence, the results are not going to be good. That's why having everything, all the information, all the company information condensed and clean and ready to use in Data Cloud is a perfect basis for having a trusted AI ledger, namely Agentforce. This ensures that the agents make informed, relevant, and accurate decisions. So how does this look in practice, in real life? So some examples of out-of-the-box agents. For example, an AI service agent could intuitively and conversationally respond to customer inquiries, deflect support cases in a way that a traditional chatbot couldn't handle because it has the capability of taking decisions, of speaking more in a natural language, and go beyond those predefined responses that we had with the bots. An AI sales development agent could proactively work with potential leads, contacting customers, answering questions, and scheduling meetings for sales reps. Um, and there is also a sales coach agent that joins calls with sales reps to give them tips, assistance, and objection handling based on companies' best practices. All of these use cases are out of the box agents of sales and service. Um, so how the agents work? How does Agentforce work? There are five attributes of an agent. Uh, we could call them basic concepts of what constitutes an agent. One is the role, which is an agent's purpose. You can think about it as a worker's job description, what you need the agent or the worker to do. Then there is the knowledge, that is the data an agent needs to be successful to perform its job, its expertise. Then we have the actions that are goals that an agent can fulfill. Those are specific steps the agent has to take as part of their job. Then we have the guardrails, which are guidelines that an agent can operate under, so that it delivers the desired outcome. And then we have channels that are the apps where the agent gets the work done, the areas where you want the agent to operate. Uh, so, how does this look on agents? At the right and in the image, you have a screenshot of the tool, and then you have uh, their roles that are defined in the topics. So there you have some topics. We're going to talk about them more in depth in a couple of minutes. We have the knowledge that is defined in the data tab, where you get the book. There you can give them assets to the agent to learn about your company and about the job that the agent is supposed to perform. That's the information that the agent has to master to deliver the job. Then you have the actions that are configured inside each of the topics, which is the first element in the list. Um, the guardrails are also defined in the instructions of the topic. We're going to see them in a while. And finally, the channels are defined in the topics are and in the actions. So as you can see, probably we have been repeating a lot about the topics and the actions. So let's talk about them um, a little bit more. These two concepts, topics and actions, are especially important when we are building agents. This framework, these two tools allow agents to understand context and perform tasks. Um, so topics, as you can see, are like subject matter areas, like job roles, part of the job of an agent. Some examples of these would be lead management, campaign performance, customer onboarding. All these three elements of the list would be titles for a topic, a group of tasks that an agent can do. And then there are the actions that are those specific tasks or skills that the agent has to perform um, within the topic. So the actions go inside the topics. So for example, for a lead management topic, the actions might be score a lead, route a lead to a sales rep, enrich contact data, or schedule a follow-up task. Um, Sorry. Okay. So let's continue with some use cases, some features and use cases for agents for marketing. So we've been talking about what Agentforce is, um, and we've mentioned some service sales agents. Now let's see what it can do for marketing. Let's start by defining what is agentic marketing. This is a concept that's been around since the last connections back in June. Um, so what is it? It is the evolution of marketing automation. It uses autonomous AI agents, aka Agentforce, to scale marketing operations by assisting marketers in taking action in every step of the marketing workflow. This new paradigm, this agentic marketing, involves a shift that goes from manual to autonomous marketing technologies. So in the past, we had it was very manual. We built every step of a journey. We created the segments, we created the emails, and we sent them. We had to prepare a campaign, everything manually, build the audience, maybe based on an Excel file, or if we had a tool, a CRM, maybe prepare the audience and create the email and then make a bulk send. We have evolved from that to an automated approach, which is what we currently have with tools such as Journey Builder. And now we can create the content, maybe reuse some of the content. We have some personalization alternatives, and we have very robust solutions um, that create workflows and paths and make this process more automated. So we currently now have and can build um, flows or journeys that start with a campaign or maybe start with a user section, and then from there continue a automated workflow. So the next step for that, the future, we could say now present, is the agentic part. Um, in this new paradigm, we provide a goal. For example, launch a campaign for a new fall clothing line targeting recent hikers, and then the AI builds the flow for us. Of course, there is always going to be a human in the loop, uh, but we can save a ton of work with these capabilities of the agents. Um, yeah, for this example of creating a campaign. So with that shift that I mentioned, I want to continue to three use cases that we could have for agentic marketing, for agents for marketing. So in first place, we have end-to-end campaign creation. This is available for every Marketing Cloud Next user. Um, it's out of the box agent. Then we have paid media optimization. This will be available only for customers that have the marketing intelligence add-on, but we're gonna mention it. And we have lastly custom agents. So I would like to begin reviewing in depth with the time we have uh, right now this part of the process, the end-to-end campaign creation, and this capability of the agent. So in summary, the out-of-the-box agent that every customer has can do things like create, save, summarize campaigns, briefs, and content, create segments with natural language, assist a user in content creation, in text creation right now, and help brand consistency with brands. So for this specific tasks or part, I want to go to the tool for marketing so you can see it for yourselves. I'm going to make this a little bigger. Hope this is good enough. You can see all the elements. By now, you're probably familiar with this view. This is the home view for Marketing Cloud Next. Um, and when you have the AI features turned on, you should see a button like this. You see here the recently activated campaign flows. In this case, this is an SDO, so there isn't any. But we have this capability here of draft with AI. So let's go on and hit it. And Agent understands that I want to create a campaign. As I here, it says, help me create a marketing campaign too. And the agent asks uh, more details about the objective of your marketing campaign. For example, what is the goal, target audience, etc., etc. So here we're supposed to write a goal for the campaign, what we want to accomplish. So this use case is especially useful for one-time campaigns that every customer has, every company has some promotion, some campaign, some one-time send that they want to make. So let's start saying uh, invite high value customers to redeem a coupon, a gift card, maybe. Gift card. So we start with an instruction in natural language. I want a campaign to invite high value customers to redeem a gift card they have available. Now I'm going to send that to the agent. The agent is going to process it, and it is always going to start with a campaign brief. Uh, this, uh, this is a good thing. In this case, this is the demo. Yeah, this is the demo effect. I have never seen this before, so I'm going to copy this, clear history, and start again. Normally, it will create a brief without asking me anything, just is spacing in the prompt. So let's see if it works again. But yes, it will start with a brief, and I was going to say that briefs are good because there you go. You have some context for your campaign. Normally, when we're managing automation tools, we are not very careful with things like briefs. Maybe from a technical perspective, the user just go in and build the thing and then send the campaign and that's it. And it is not always the best approach or the most organized approach. So the agent here help us with a brief. Uh, Interpreting what I just asked the agent to do. Brief name, invite customers to redeem gift cards. Brief description, encourage high value customers to utilize their available gift cards. Target segment, uh, customers who have previously made significant purchases and hold gift cards. They are likely to appreciate personalized communication and incentives to enhance their shopping experience. Key message, your gift card awaits. Redeem it today for exclusive rewards. This looks very good. So it's asking me to save the brief. I'm going to confirm that I want that brief to be saved. And then it asks me, can I proceed with creating a draft campaign? So yes, please. That's what I want. So it has this draft for the campaign. Invite customers to redeem the gift cards. I'm going to hit on confirm. And what it's going to do now, it's to generate a campaign, and it will also create some additional data about the campaign, which is something that we usually don't take the time to do. You can see it here, campaign preview, campaign name. It automatically creates a flow, as you saw in previous sessions. You can only create a flow from a campaign. You can't create a flow if you don't have a campaign, or send a flow if you don't have a campaign related to it, at least from the marketing side. So it automatically creates a flow, and the name is invite customers to redeem gift cards flow, and it drafts a preview of the flow based on the information I gave. It proposes an email one with a subject line that your gift card awaits, some some text that looks very good, an SMS, and a second email, a final reminder. So remember, I only um, wrote an instruction regarding what I wanted to accomplish, and it already created a brief and this description of the campaign and a flow. So this looks very good. So I'm going to click on confirm. Next is it's going to ask me, I think if I want to save the campaign. It says it's already saved, so I can click here and go to the campaign. And I also have these options. Summarize the campaign details. This is something you can do for every campaign. For example, you enter a campaign that you didn't create. You can ask the agent, what is this about? And the agent will tell you. You can generate insights for this campaign, which is when a campaign is active, you can go and ask the agent to generate insights, and it will tell you things about the performance of the campaign. And you could save the campaign brief for future campaigns that are similar to this one. In this case, I'm just going to hit on the campaign name, and as you can see, uh, it already drafted the flow um, of the campaign that we described. So that's one of the things of some of the things that I mentioned that the campaign that the agent out of the box agent can do. We can also uh, create or modify content with the agent. So for that, I'm going to select one of the emails. I'm going to click edit. You can see everything the agent created, the subject line, the pre-header. Of course, this is based on a template, so it created the text based on the template. It has the text that we that the agent created. Um, so when you're editing any uh, text box in the email, you can see here the AI icon. So you can draft a variant of this text, or you can add a new paragraph element and then click on the button, and you can just talk to the agent and tell him what you wanted to do, what kind of text you like. By default, if you select a text and click on the icon, you get a variant that's a text somehow similar but different to the one that you have. You can also create a new variation if you select the content. This is similar to dynamic content in Content Builder. So you can here create a validation, a variation, I'm sorry, then select the conditions similar that we have in to what we have in Content Builder. And also then draft the text for that variant in your email. Um, it currently supports only texts, but it was announced in Dreamforce that some integrations are coming for tools that would allow us to create also images directly from this interface. Um, I believe it's going to be external like partners, just like Typeface, for example. Maybe
Typeface, yeah,
you've heard of it.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, so this is what you can currently can do, just text. And finally, well, there's something missing out. The next thing is the brands. There are a couple of more things that they want to mention regarding the agent, the out of the box agent. One is the brands. So here, you can see it has a default style, the blue colors and like Salesforce style. I can select a brand that I previously created. I'm going to show you that in a while. In this case, I had this brand, Devs United, which is the company I work in. And just by selecting the brand, everything in the email changed, mainly the styles of the email, the typography, the font, the colors of the links, etc. So, where do you do this? I'm going to go to the content tab, which is Salesforce CMS. So I'm going to write marketing. Yeah, sure. It is the gray one. And then in the content tab, this is similar to Content Builder. To select the content workspace for Marketing Cloud. If we don't workspace, we couldn't see the content when we are creating the flows and everything. So in this marketing work, we can create content. You can click on here, add content, and here you have several options that we could see in a different session. But as you can see, you have the option brand in here. So when you select this option, you can select, of course, the title of the brand, a description, and something very important, the identity. So based on this, uh, the agent is going to write all the copies, all the content that it creates is going to be based on this brand identity and also in the brand tone. If it's more professional, more casual, more urgent, inquisitive, plain. So this is regarding the texts that the agent will create. We have other options, more normal, like colors, typography, etc., etc. But the Agentforce part of this is the brand identity uh, and the tone of the brand. So the agent is going to consider this every time you draft a content for an email or for a SMS or a WhatsApp, because this is cross channel. Just be sure to select a brand here in the interface when you're creating the email. Um, so I'm going to leave this part. And finally, I'm going to show you the other option that we have available out of the box, which is creating segments. So in this case, you can see the start trigger is a segment, but no segment is selected. So I'm going to select a segment and I'm going to go to segment builder. There are several options that I believe we saw in past session, but we can select this option, click on next, and select create with Einstein segment creation. We have to select uh, based on what object we're going to segment. And click on next. And the cool thing about this is that the agent understands the context. As we're creating the segment inside this campaign and have to write the prompt or a specific prompt, it's going to understand the context and remember that we want a segment, in this case, to high-value customers with gift cards. Um, so it has a preview um, of the segment. If you don't like what you see here, you can just refine segment and add additional instructions to the prompt. Or you can go and hit on segment, edit segment rules, and just manually change anything you want to change. Um, but yeah, I think this is very cool. Um, I think we were talking about this in the last session. When you have a good knowledge of your data model, what objects there are, and everything, I think this is going to be more useful. Um, but yeah, I think it's a great feature also. Okay, so that was the out of the box agent.
That was very nice, by the way.
Go back.
That was a good demo.
Thanks. Good. So yeah, that was the demo. So let's continue with some additional features that I mentioned. Paid media optimization. Uh, you can see here in the right. I don't show it to you in the tool because we don't have real data as it is a demo org. But yeah, you can have an agent when you have the add-on of marketing intelligence. This is also out of the box when you have that module active. That analyzes your campaigns and finds campaigns that are performing low and just suggests you to pause them or maybe to reassign uh, some some spend. And so analyzes the data and gives you insights in natural language. So I think this is also really cool. But remember, it's only available with marketing intelligence with this paid add-on. Also, we have two-way agentic conversations. Uh, this is currently only available for SMS, but we will have the email feature in February of next year. So this is very promising. Actually, in connections, they were talking about the end of no reply. So the end of no reply can come when we have these um, two-way agentic conversations for email. So you won't have to um, end from no reply because any customer could reply to one of your emails, and then Agentforce is going to manage the conversation. I believe it's going to be an activity, a specific activity in Flow that we saw a couple of sessions ago. So yeah, this is going to be available in February next year. I believe it's going to be a an add-on also. I'm not sure. Uh, we will see. Um, and we will talk about the Dreamforce announcements in the next session. So maybe we'll talk about this. But yeah, this also looks very good. And finally, um, the third use case is infinite. We can expand our agent force. We are not limited to the out-of-the-box agent. We can build our own agents. I just wrote here some custom agent ideas. Maybe you can create an agent for competitive intelligence that analyzes competitors' campaigns, pricing, and ads, and lets you know about it. Maybe an agent that manages the customer life cycle of the people. Maybe an agent that analyzes the content you're creating and talks about brand compliance. Well, you name it. What you can imagine, you can potentially do with artificial intelligence. Of course, depending on the use case, it's going to be more easier or more difficult. Uh, but the idea here is that you understand that the out of the box options, which are cool, are not the end of it. Are just the beginning, and every company can create an agent force like custom made for their specific needs. Um, With that said, let's see what are the next steps. Um, how can you become an agentic marketer? What should you do first? As soon as you can, get your hands on Agentforce marketing. If you are a partner, if you work with a partner, um, you can request a demo org from the PLC. If you are not a partner, you can talk with your account executive because current uh, engagement clients will have access to Marketing Cloud Next with a special license that is called Engagement Plus. So actually, every Salesforce marketing customer should have access to Agentforce marketing in the following months. As soon as you can, get your hands on it and start playing around. Follow the latest implementation guide. I leave the link there in the presentation. When you do have access to the tool, you can follow that guide and to implement it or play with it. Also, play around with the default agent marketing features, the ones that we saw, campaigns, content, segments. So learn how to use them and make good use of them. Also, um, I really recommend to follow the Trailhead um, courses or trails for Agentforce. There are three tiers that are Agentforce, Agent Blazer Champion, Innovator, and Legend. There is a ton of information. Each trail is really long, so this call is just a sneak peek. You can really learn a lot to build your own agents and yeah, really give great results to your company. Um, some considerations. Agent Force is just 1 year old. It's almost unbelievable, but it was announced just a year ago. So it's a very young product. It's constantly evolving. Obviously, that implies some changes. For example, if some of you have been playing with creating agents in the last year, they announced a new interface for creating agents, a new agent builder back in Dreamforce. So that, for example, is about to change. So it's a good idea to just stay tuned, stay on top of it, and continue learning. Um, as I mentioned, Dreamforce was last week. There are some improvements for Agentforce on the way. You can see the keynote. I left the link here in the presentation. Something important, very important. Agents consume credits. They are not for free. So Salesforce offers some billing options. You can check those links that I put there to see some of the pricing options. I believe there is it's that is a subject that is worth another call, maybe with someone um, for from Salesforce. But yeah, it is not for free. And regarding that, you can think what agents can deliver most impact to your company, because creating an agent is like hiring a worker. I was talking about this with Pato some days ago. So as it is like hiring a worker, you should find out what workers can be most impactful for your business and then hire them. So if it's an agent that you're not sure that is going to drive impact, or don't create it. But if it's something that it's you see it's going to impact positively your operations, your results, your marketing performance, etc., I think it's worth trying, and the price will be well spent. Um, so before the QA, lastly, some more resources. I left links for the three tiers of Agentforce Learning: Champion, Innovator, and Legend. Also, Agentforce for Marketer for from Salesforce Help, and some blogs and books. The Agentic Marketer, with which you have heard in the past sessions. The Agentforce book, and an AI for marketers workbook, which is made by Salesforce. And with that said, we can hear your questions.
Yes, really great. There's a few questions that I wrote down. Um, One of them was from Fatima. She asked, how do you create a test target to test an email before launching a campaign?
Okay. Test target. Okay. Well, you could create a test segment um, from segment builder. We You could select it from here or go to segments. Maybe as a part of your workflow, you can have a
Yeah,
segment that people normally uh, review your messages. That is a cool thing because if you come from engagement, from Marketing Cloud engagement, you had these data extensions, and then if you wanted to test or send a test to an additional audience, you had to create a data extension with all the fields, and if you wanted to test um, all the all the fields, that you had to invent come up with some data. Now with Data Cloud, you can just have the segments, and then with data graphs and with the complementary information that you have, you you can have this like easier.
yeah.
Also, if you are from the flow, you have the preview and test option.
So you can send
Let's
a test,
go here.
send preview and a test in the from the email, just like how you will do it in Marketing Cloud
Yeah,
engagement.
exactly. You have the
Nice,
you select the sample recipient, and then you have the test
nice,
option.
perfect.
Test in engagement, you have up to 5 email addresses. You don't have the other option of the data extension, as I mentioned. But yeah, I would do it that way. Just send test emails from here. Also, every preview and test option you have, every channel, for example, WhatsApp or SMS, you have the option of sending an email, a test. I'm sorry for from here, or you could have a segment just for your tests.
Great.
I think that's how I would do it.
Yeah. Um, Enrico asks, is there a coding feature to personalize the communication, like an AMP script? That's our question.
Well, not right now. Um, they announced that it is in the roadmap,
Yeah.
like a scripting language for Marketing Cloud. I don't know, Pato, if maybe the agent for script is that, or maybe they will
No, yeah, no,
announce a different scripting language.
I had a chance to talk with some people in the product team, and they say, they are still this, in the roadmap, still deciding if they're going to incorporate, so looks like this is safe hardware, so this is not, this is high level information, but looks like handlebars, just like how you do that with the data graph. That's going to be more features around that. And then they're still deciding if they're going to bring some functionality like AmpScript into Agentforce marketing or not. They're still going through that. I made it clear to the product team that there are a lot of customers in marketing cloud engagement that have a lot of complex
Mhm.
solutions, and this could be interesting for them to adopt the new platform if there is a path to adopting this. Not necessarily exactly AmpScript, but something, right? So, but it's still in the works. So, good question from
Good.
Enrico. one question from Laxmi: when we create segments, do we need to give access to the segments access in Data Cloud? So do the segments need to exist in Data Cloud? I guess it's a question to be able to create them.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is the same object. The segments that you access from here, from marketing, are the same segments that you have created in Data Cloud.
Right.
So when you create a segment from marketing, you will see it on Data Cloud and vice versa.
Yeah. Kyle asked, can the brand feature handle dark mode for emails as part of a branding? So if you define branding, can you allow the email to handle dark mode for the emails? You know,
I haven't seen anything about it.
uh,
I don't
yeah,
know if it's related to the device that you're seeing
yeah, yeah,
the email
same.
on.
The one of the things to consider when you're coding emails is that there is an HTML view, but once you go into that view and make changes, you can't go back to the visual view for now. So, but I don't think the branding. I don't know if a branding handles dark mode or not. So, um,
No.
no, no, no. And then branding for images and cloud. Like, does branding also apply for cloud pages as well, or landing pages?
Yes, for everything you create or the agent creates with Gen AI will be based on the branding
Right.
that you select.
I think I saw at the in the marketing keynote. You should watch on Dreamforce on Salesforce Plus the marketing keynote because they talk about the extensions for content creation, and typeface is one of them that
Yeah.
incorporate images, and there are a few others. So I would highly recommend watching the marketing cloud, the marketing keynote at Salesforce Plus. Okay, well, um,
Yeah.
I think um, this is a good set of questions. I think I see a question from Enrico about volumes. Can maybe this is the last one we can answer for now. I thank you for all the questions. Can this version of Marketing Cloud Advanced cover the volumes it currently handles for engagement?
Well, part of the licensing, I, the licenses that I know so far are not the same volumes that we can um, cover in engagement.
Okay.
Besides, the dedicated IPs are still not available, but I understand it is in the roadmap.
Yeah.
So if you are send more than certain volume, you would have to warm up an IP, and that is not currently available for Marketing Cloud Next.
Yeah.
So
I heard that also from the product team that the dedicated IP thing there's it's like they're called it a control beta where they have certain customers that they're using it now. So that means that at some point it's gonna come in the roadmap, you know. Um, so I think it's gonna get there at some point. So okay, well, we're at
yeah,
time.
but
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I just wanted to add
Yeah,
that if you want to use these features
good
of
point.
Marketing
Yeah,
Cloud Next, you can always use
yep.
the activity of connecting Flow and Journey Builder, so you
There
can
you go.
like build the things here and then send from engagement. That would be a workaround
I know
um,
that I feel like I asked you
about
that
that.
question and you told me this right last time we talked. Yeah, that's a really good point. You can use Marketing Cloud Engagement Plus, which lets you run trigger journeys in Marketing Cloud Engagement from Flow, so you can kind of like try these new features and still use your Marketing Cloud Engagement account. So, very good point.
Exactly.
Okay, well, what a time. Thank you so much, everyone that joined. Thank you so much, David. This was amazing. All the demos, everything you showed was awesome. Um, be in the lookout for the next sessions, and we'll go from there.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you,
Thank
Pato.
you. Bye.